Today we're going to dig into an important part of packing that has gone a little overlooked in my videos: toiletries. But before we take a look at what I typically pack for a trip, I want to show you a new toiletries bag that I'm trying out. This is the Stash Pouch from Able Carry. The one I have here is in the Cordura Sand color, and it's typically used for something like power cords, tech items, even pens and pencils. So it's going to be a little smaller than your typical Dopp Kit, but for me, this is the perfect size. One of the best tips I have for packing minimally is to pack only what you need. And a great way to save a little space in your bag is to be really considerate when choosing your Dopp Kit and the toiletries that you'll put inside. The bag is extremely simple. There's just this one zipper pouch, and it's a little wider on the bottom. It's almost like a triangular shape. But you can tell the materials they use are really nice, and the footprint is even better. It comes in at just 4.5 inches by 8 inches by 2.5 inches, and the bag will only run you $23. So this is not a sponsored video, but I do want to thank Able Carry for sending me this to try out. If you like this bag or any of the others from Able Carry, you can use the code OUTINTHELIGHTS for 10% off your purchase over at their website, ablecarry.com. And that code's going to be good until Friday, May 24th. So now that we've checked out the Dopp Kit, let's take a look at what's going inside of it. For this trip, we'll look at what I'll be bringing for about 5 days. Now, some of these toiletry items are going to be easily found at places like Target, and then some are going to be a little more niche. When I'm looking to buy some more niche independent products, I usually head to this lovely store called Murr's Apothecary, and this is located in the Lincoln Square neighborhood of Chicago. If you live in or near a city, you might have something similar to this. And if you don't, there are tons of places online where you can purchase toiletries just like these. So let's first start off with soap. I prefer a good bar of soap over body wash any day, especially the sea salt soap from the brand Swedish Dream. And this package is really cool because it comes with a travel-sized bar of soap, as well as this organic cotton drawstring bag. And you can use this to save your soap. You can also use it in the shower as an exfoliator, which is a really nice bonus. And this combo retails for $8. Next up, we'll take a look at some liquid containers that I have from the brand Cadence. The ones I have are called the original capsules. These are pretty tiny, so they're not going to be for everyone, but I find that they work really well for a 5-day trip. These little leak-proof containers fit up to 0.56 ounces, and I use them to carry shampoo, conditioner, and face wash. These come in at $14 a piece, so they are not the cheapest option, but I do find them to be a good investment if you travel a lot. Right now, for shampoo and conditioner, I'm using the brand Not Your Mother's. I barely have any hair on the top of my head, but I find the smell of their products to be really nice and not too overwhelming. I'll also use some of the suds in my beard. I'm a big fan of this brand and their use of 98% natural ingredients. Sometimes I'll switch up the scents, but I usually go for the matcha green tea or the blue sea kale. The shampoo and conditioner come in at $9 for a 15-ounce bottle. So I'll use one capsule for shampoo, one for conditioner, and then the last one will be for my face wash. Right now, I've been using the fabulous face cleanser from Aesop. It's pretty good while on a trip, but this little bottle is super expensive, coming in at $33 for a 3.3-ounce bottle, which is why when I'm at home, I stick with the good old-fashioned Cetaphil. Next up is another Aesop product, and that is the Into Minds Facial Hydrator. This is probably my favorite product from Aesop, and it's the one that I have actually purchased multiple times. It has a great smell to it, and it works really well on my dry skin. Again, this one is pricey. It's $61 for a 2-ounce bottle. However, you only need to use a very small amount, so this will end up lasting for months. Now it's on to moisturizing my hands and arms, and for that, I really like the sea salt hand cream from Swedish Dream. This is going to be the same brand and scent as the bar of soap I showed you earlier in the video, and again, this stuff smells so good. A little 0.75 ounce travel size bottle of this is going to run you around $5, and it's totally worth it. Next is sunscreen. If you've seen my videos, you know I'm pretty pale, so it's super important to bring sunscreen when I travel. I can't say I have a favorite brand of sunscreen, but this Beach Defense from Neutrogena seems to do a really good job. And you can pick this 1-ounce travel size bottle up at Target for under $3. If you have any recs for sunscreen brands to try out, be sure to leave them in the comments. Now, onto deodorant. This one here is from the brand Native. And like the sunscreen, I also picked this up at Target. And what caught my eye about this is how tiny it is. You get 0.35 ounces for $3.50, so it's a pretty affordable way to try out some new deodorant for a trip. All of Native's deodorants are paraben and aluminum free, which is really great. And the scents are all unisex, and they have a ton of them. This cucumber and mint one smells really nice. I use Old Spice day to day, so this is going to be a big change up for me, and the jury is still out if it's worth the switching to Native full time. Next up is a grooming item I use quite a bit, and that is the facial hair scissors from Tweezerman. I highly recommend these for any facial hair trimming. They are nice and sharp, and they do a great job of cutting very effortlessly. This particular pair retails for right around $19. I've never had trouble bringing these on flights, other than one time when I was returning home from my honeymoon in the Dominican Republic. My pair still lives on somewhere in the Dominican, but I was very quick to buy a new pair when we returned to the States. And speaking of facial hair, this right here is the Freddy comb from Kent. I love using this tiny comb when I go on trips. The small footprint makes it so easy to pack, and it only costs $8 to buy as a standalone item. I actually got mine when I bought my wooden beard brush, which you can see here. The thing is, I like my beard brush better, but when you are trying to save space when packing toiletries for a trip, the Freddy is going to do just fine, especially for a 5-day trip. Next up is going to be some dental floss. And I really like this Oral-B Pro Health Glide kind. It kind of makes flossing really easy. I wouldn't say flossing is ever enjoyable, but this floss at least makes it bearable. And the mint flavor is pretty nice too. This will retail for around $5 for a pack. And then last up is my toothbrush and toothpaste. And these are brand new purchases from the brand Marvis. I always see this brand, and I've wanted to try them out since forever. And how could you not? Their branding is amazing. They have such a cool, unique vintage style compared to every other toothpaste brand on the market. I went with their classic strong mint, and it has a really nice fresh taste to it. I also went with their travel toothbrush because it has a really small size compared to normal toothbrushes, and it looks aesthetically awesome. The toothpaste comes in at $6 for the 1.3 ounce size, and the toothbrush cost me an additional $6. So now that you've seen all of my toiletries, let's see how everything fits in this little Dopp Kit. So that's going to be it. Thanks so much for taking a look at my current travel toiletries and this cool little Dopp Kit from Mabel Carey.